In this video, we're going to talk about the danger of putting people or things on a pedestal because it's making you needy, it's making you miserable, it's making you obsessive and controlling. But above all, it is actually one of the biggest repellent, one of the biggest way to actually push away what you want to attract, create in your life. So it is extremely important to realize this pattern, this tendency that we have to give so much importance, so much significance to put things and people on a pedestal, and how this is actually affecting you and damaging you. So if you want to be attracting, if you want to be manifesting, if you want to be magnetic and bring what you want in your life, to let things that you want to create in your life, you have to break this pattern. And in this video, we're going to look at how you can do that. And this is one of the curse that we have, because it is one of the ego tendency to do that, because the ego mind loves to project things and very quickly can put people and things on a pedestal. I mean, as easy as going on Instagram, seeing a man or woman, and all of a sudden you're starting to create that story. You start to inflate the image of that person. You don't know anything about that person, but you start to think, oh my God, they're great, they're perfect, so beautiful, so handsome. You're starting to create that distorted image. And all of a sudden, what you're doing, you're putting them on that pedestal. And so what happens is that if they're on a pedestal, you are automatically below them. So it creates that neediness, it creates that impulsiveness, that creates that obsession, it creates all those distorted thoughts that we have, right? It's even more apparent in dating. And we've all been in situations where you go on a date, things are going well, and boom, all of a sudden your mind goes at it, and you start to really like that person. You start to really put them on a pedestal. You start to see all the perfection and the beauty and all those things about the person. And now you start to become afraid. What if they don't have me back? What if they leave me? What if this happens? What if that? What are they doing? And so boom, you go into that needy, controlling, obsessive place. Before you know it, you've pushed them away. Before you know it, you become that weird person that is so needy, so attached, projecting so much of yourself, and that person is escaping you, right? But this doesn't happen simply with people. We also do it with things, experiences. Okay? You're like, oh my God, I want that car, I want that house, I want that bag, I want that phone, I want that smartphone, I want that whatever thing. And the mind starts to create a story, starts to give importance, starts to give significance about why that object, why that thing is a must, what it's going to do for me, right? Oh my God, people are going to think I'm so cool, I'm going to be so interested, I'm going to be like this, I'm going to be like that. So we create all that story about why it's a must, and then boom, that thing is on a pedestal. And now we feel the lack of it. So we start to chase it, we start to obsess, we start to control, we start to push and force and manifest and do all those things to attract that thing. Because without it, we feel anxious, we feel doubtful, we feel miserable. And because we just feel like I'm lacking that thing. And so again, we end up in this weird phase. We are chasing something, we are being needy about something. I need it. And I gotta give you an example. In February, earlier this year, I was really obsessing about getting 2 tickets for the Coldplay live concert, right? And obviously it was sold out between moments, so I missed out on the sale. But I was like, you know what, closer to the date, I am going to get a ticket. And 2 weeks before the date, I started going actively seeking, searching for the tickets, and I just couldn't get it. Either it was some weird scam or fake people that were kind of dodgy, or the price was so high, or I was just missing out, somebody beat me to it. And as the day went by, I started to really feel like that neediness, that obsession. I'm gonna find it, and you know, it's Coldplay and it's live. It's a one-time opportunity. I gotta have it. My mind was creating all that thing, and I was starting to feel in the scarcity of missing out or not making it, right? And I didn't like that, and I caught myself in that desperation, in that neediness. And so I decided to stop there and to kind of regroup myself and be like, this is not the right energy that is going to bring about that, because I'm not willing to go to the concert if I have to be miserable, if I have to live in that state. I'm not even willing to go to the concert. So I had to detach and completely let go and start to have faith and trust. Look, I'm gonna go to the concert, I'm gonna find those tickets, or I'm not going to. Either way, it's going to be okay, I'm going to be fine, I'm going to be happy. And that kind of brings some peace, because I took the thing away from the pedestal. I brought the concert, the ticket, this whole thing like to neutral. And I just started to have faith. I'm going to do what I need to do, and it's going to work out however it's going to work out, right? 2 days later in the evening, I'm on Facebook, I'm on one of the group, and I see one of the new posts, like posted 2 minutes ago, 2 tickets for sale in the exact same zone I wanted, at the price I wanted. So I met the person face to face the next day morning, I got the ticket, a few days later, I was at the concert. And all of this happened because I was able to simply let go. Now you could say I could have got the tickets anyway. And you're right, maybe I could have. Maybe if I didn't change anything, maybe I would have still got the ticket, or maybe not. We'll never know. But what I know is that the moment I stopped caring, I stopped giving so much importance, everything became so much easier. And that thing just walked right in. It was smooth, it was effortless. And that's what matters the most to me. Because I've noticed many times in my life, the more I actively do that, the more I actively notice and pay attention to where I put things on a pedestal, where I give too much importance, and the moment I learn constantly to go back, to let go, to detach, the better the outcome is, but also the easier, the smoother, the more relaxed, the more it just kind of flow in and out. So the question is then, how do I break that? How do I take people off the pedestal? How do I stop giving so much importance? How do I detach? And my first invitation is to realize that people are not the hero of your story. I really want you to consider this analogy, because when you put other people on a pedestal, when you make them bigger than you, better than you, when you make them the centerpiece of your story, you're doing yourself a disservice. You are the hero of your story. And so as long as you cannot see that, as long as you don't speak to yourself, as long as you don't consider and treat yourself with the same love and the same worshipness that you do to others, you're missing out on something. And that's why you're projecting all those qualities, because you feel like when you get that thing or that person, then you'll receive something. But what you have to start to do is to learn to put yourself on a pedestal, to start seeing yourself greater, to start to treat yourself greater, to start to notice that I want that thing, but I don't need them. And there's a massive difference between desiring something and needing it. I want it, but I don't need it. Because either way, I'm fine, I'm happy, I'm whole, I can be successful. I can live a great life with or without that thing. So when you start attaching and projecting those qualities on people or those things, right? Oh my God, that person's gonna bring me so much love, and they're gonna bring me so much validation, and I'm gonna feel so successful, so free, so secure, whatever it may be. Once you understand that those qualities are already between you, but you're simply projecting them on those things because you feel like this is what's gonna bring me that, right? When you realize that I have that in me and that those are simply a state of being, and if I make myself the hero of my story, and if I nurture those qualities, if I give myself those qualities, I can drop the neediness. And when you drop that neediness, you get your power back, because now you become magnetic, now you become attractive, now you become a generating force for those same qualities, because what you give to yourself, how you see yourself, is how you start to attract certain things in your life. So you'll start to notice that things flow effortlessly in your life, or that different type of people start to gravitate around you. So how do you break that resistance? How do you make yourself the hero? How do you take others off the pedestal? It all starts in recognizing the story that you give in that moment. What do I mean by that? You see that person, you see that thing, right? And all of a sudden you start to have that story. Oh my God, they're so perfect, they're so beautiful. That thing is the one thing, I mean, it's so nice, like it's going to do amazing things for my life. You start to inflate that person or that thing with that story. And it's that story, it's the meaning, the label, the quality that you give, right, in your thoughts, that just brings it up. So you gotta start noticing, okay, I'm doing this again. Oh, she's so perfect. Oh, he's so beautiful. Oh, he's so amazing. I'm doing it again. No. Let me take them off the pedestal. Let me see them for what it is, but not more than that. And let me not create a distorted story, a dreamland story that is putting me again in a position of neediness. And when you can start to do that, I guarantee you'll literally start to melt away that neediness and that importance you've been giving to others. And so really it all starts then with you realizing I'm doing it again, realizing that I'm projecting qualities and things on that person, on that thing. So let me start give those qualities to myself. Can I make myself feel loved? Can I make myself feel appreciated? Can I make myself feel happy and whole now without that thing? Can I still be at peace regardless of the outcome of this situation? The moment you can let go of the outcome, the realizing that no matter what happens, I'm still going to be okay. That's when that thing or that person loses all its power over you, because you stop giving it power, because you accepted that I don't need that thing to be happy, to be loved, to be whatever. And that it's not just that one thing. It's not everything is in the balance there. Right? You realize the insanity of that thought and the tremendous danger of that thought, and why you feel so scared and so anxious and so tired and all of these type of things, because you fed that thought and you bought in that belief that it's that one thing, that one person that can only bring you what you want. So when you start to outdo the ego in that narrative and you release that and you be like, no, 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 I understand that nothing has that power over me. I am in control here, and here there lies your power. All right, so that's it for this video, guys. If you have any questions, make sure you write them down in the comments. As always, thank you for watching this video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I will see you next time. Be well.